I want a fucking salad. I can't get a salad.
Why can't you?
Because it's playing Russian roulette. Because I'm like, hey, if this lettuce is iceberg, and I ain't even eating iceberg lettuce, I want to like a Greek
just a
salad.
general lettuce.
You like shit. Now, what was the proximity of it being attacked? Because what other lettuce was in that? What other greens? Kale. Arugula.
So some Black history. Some Black history here. Malcolm X. Did you know Malcolm X actually recorded the CIA, FBI in his talking to him and in his house?
No, I did not know that.
Here we go.
FBI paid a visit to Malcolm's home in Queens and made some fascinating overtures. Now, it just so happens that Malcolm had installed a hidden microphone in his living room and had taped the conversation. And fortuitously, I acquired that recording.
This is a clip from Gil Noble's 1983 Like It Is special report, The Covert War Against Malcolm X. What you're about to hear is a recording Malcolm X made himself, a hidden microphone he had installed under his own couch in his Queens living room. His aide, Earl Grant, rigged it up specifically because Malcolm knew he'd get visitors he needed on record. While he was silenced and isolated from Elijah Muhammad's organization, 2 FBI agents showed up at his front door and tried to recruit him as an informant.
We would be, sure I know, interested in having you help us out.
Help you out do what?
Well, what we're interested in are the people who belong, the names, the members, and the teachings, plans, the programs. What we really want are the names of all those who belong, the names, who they are, the identification.
I don't even know
them. Do you keep no records?
It's not my job. I'm just a preacher.
Yeah, but somebody out there keeps the record.
I don't know who. I don't have any knowledge of those kinds of things. With all these other responsibilities I've had, it'd be difficult for me to worry about names. Plus, you would insult my intelligence. You in fact, no, you would insult your own, because it would mean that your own intelligence isn't heavy enough to weigh me and know in advance what I'm going to say when you ask that question.
Well, without getting into semantics there, you don't know until you ask.
That's not semantics. That again goes into your psychology.
Sometimes money brings out the information. I have no intent to insult you here.
According to Dillon, what's his name, the Secretary of Treasury, this government's money is in such trouble. Until
you can still spend it.
Still, according to your government economists, the dollar itself is in such trouble, a person would be a fool to sell his soul for one of these decreasing dollars.
Oh, yeah, but this has nothing to do with selling your soul. I mean, if you look at it that way, okay.
Yeah,
but
depends on how you look at it.
Sure.
You insult my intelligence. When not only they insult me, period. If they think I would tell them anything, there's no government agency that can ever expect any information out of me that's in any way detrimental to any religious group or black group, for that matter, in this country.
Heavy, right? I'm not done with some more. So we end up finding out as well that Louis Armstrong and some jazz music were used to go over to get basically open up a lot of African leaders that, remember, they were getting freedom in Africa from oppression, 40s, 50s, 60s, becoming independent. And they were using some black jazz artists as operatives on, and either known to them or unbeknownst to them. So here we go with this.
A documentary I watched some time ago, I forget the name of the documentary now, but on the face of the documentary is the face of Patrice Lumumba. This documentary talks about how Louis Armstrong was actually used by the CIA, sent to Africa on a tour in Africa. And they thought on this tour in Africa as a cultural exchange and to do music, etc. It turns out that the CIA was actually using them to surveil the country, to gain access to the leaders of those countries, because when a star that big arrives in that country, guess what? The leaders of the country will want to meet with it. And he then later found out that this is what the CIA was actually doing. It's horrifying stuff. That's why, as much as I love what I Show Speed was doing in Africa, there is a part of my conspiratorial brain that looks at this and goes, so this kid came to Africa, went to all of these countries, and was carrying this like Starlink satellite device that he says Elon Musk gave him, which Starlink satellite device is not yet available for public consumption, so he can have fast internet to stream. I'm not making a statement. I'm just saying,
So they surveilling us. And it's not just history that, like you said, the I Show Speed thing is, it just makes you think, especially if you're like, yo, they straight came to Malcolm's crib. It was like, what can you do for us? Since you're not cool with Elijah Muhammad no more, what can you do for us? And I'm like, yo, this shit's rigged. Think about it. Malcolm X, they, even if this, like the Louis Armstrong, they maybe not known that they were doing it. And even, I'm not saying I Show Speed is an operative or anything like that, but I'm saying, but they're going under principle, like, man, I'm doing some cool shit. And they using you to get in there because I don't know if you've seen a lot of African countries are pushing back right now against imperialistic countries, particularly. We talked about Burkina Faso, remember some episodes ago. I believe the Republic of Congo as well, our Democratic Republic of Congo, and a couple other nations are trying to, and Ghana has been trying to do some things. I'm not saying, and people be like, well, they be doing crooked shit. Yeah, all these countries be doing crooked shit, but they're trying to have their own autonomy outside of imperialism and outside of with the Western world, and being able to own their shit with all those resources there. But it just makes you think, man, like how much. So it's a two things I'm asking you here though, and I'm gonna let you talk. Is there fear of us, meaning Black people or brown people, whatever you minority? I'm particularly more Black and brown people because those are people they're scared of the most. Yeah. Is there fear of us because they know what they would do, and because they're doing it with the surveillance of us throughout history, the way they've destroyed all of our different properties, destroyed neighborhoods, destroyed nations, that we will do to them. So therefore that they have to surveil us at a high level because they know if we get a little bit of power that we maybe do the same shit to them as they feel, even though we're not those type of people. But then on the flip side, I think about it with shit. Maybe humans are just humans too, and niggas would be trying to get some get back. Maybe, I don't know, but I just wonder why we are surveilled so much. And it's not just Black people; they surveilling a lot of people like this. But why is it with always that when we're trying to get our foot up and do some shit, it's like they always want to be like, not too much though. It's only a couple of niggas through. Right. And it's just, I'll let you talk on it before we wrap up.
I see both points. I think I see both sides, but I think part of it is when we talk about erasure of Blackness and Black people and our contribution to society. I posted a clip when we talked today on my story. This is so funny that all this stuff is coming back, and it was this Asian girl, and I can't remember her name, like Sandra or something.
Sandra, you talking about Sandra Bland?
No, this is an Asian woman.
I thought you talking about the situation. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, her name is
you talking about Sandra?
Yes,
the woman that did the racial studies, like with the dolls and stuff for little girls and stuff.
No, this Asian woman, her name.
Oh no, this Asian. I'm thinking it's a white woman. I'm thinking.
No. Her, Sophia Chang. Sorry, Sophia Chang is her name, and she talks about cultural appropriation and like the elements that it has in its denigration, exploitation, and erasure. So we talk about that, how Black people, we often get exploited. Like when we talk about a lot of things in general, like they have like African roots. Like there was a Latin guy that was talking about like how a lot of Mexican foods, how they started out, a lot of the base of a lot of stuff comes from like African cuisine and like things from the islands and all that stuff, which the Caribbean, all of this stuff. And then we talk about K-pop and all these different things, and the baseline of it is Blackness. But we're so caught up, we've allowed the world, white people have allowed the world to pump this narrative of anti-blackness. We talk about it's a thing, like we talk about it in it's actually being talked about now a lot regarding Asian culture. You know how even in like Thailand and all these places, there's these sectors of black people that are Filipino and things like that. Like we're everywhere. I want to research
Shout
the
out to her though, man. She used to manage. She used to be a part of Jive Records, and she used to manage parts of the Wu-Tang Clan.
yes, I was gonna say she managed Wu-Tang. And so so when we talk about blackness as a culture, I'm interested in where the great divide happens, where white people come in and disrupt our ebb and flows. Like I always have this theory, just how the young man had his theory, when we think about all the continents being one. And we've spoken about it here. If you believe in evolution, if you believe in
Pangea.
yeah, yes, but if you believe in evolution, if you believe in the Bible, the Garden of Eden, the creation, everything starts in Africa. And so from there, everything happens, continental divide, all this stuff, the world is flooded, all these things happen. And then I was like, I had this theory. I'm like, are white people technically like exiled Africans? So there's this historic.
I mean, so you going to some, since we're talking about the Nation of Islam, you're talking about Yaqub and the story of Yaqub. That comes from the message to the black man. You know that's a story.
So I didn't even know that.
Yeah. If it's in the midst of the black, so Jacob is another word for Jacob. So Jacob supposedly started. We all want to get too deep into that. Y'all can do some of your research because it goes into that, but it's basically saying that Jacob made these people. Basically, is the story that's in there. I won't go. I'll let you go do some Googles because it goes into some areas I don't want to cover on this.
But when we think about it, because I'm like, oh my God, that's all. Because like, how can you hate people so much that we just be minding our business? We don't do shit. I mean, we do shit, we be doing shit, but we don't be doing shit to y'all. Like we be doing fuck shit sometimes. But I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. We think about a lot of things that the greatness that we encapsulate as, a race of people, like just the bomb things that we do, the great things. Like even when like a lot of modern living is at the hands of black people when you think about it. And so it's just interesting to hear this. And we think about and then to go back to even the clip of Keefe D in court, and homeboy was like, y'all want me to hurt him. I don't fuck with him, but I ain't trying to hurt him. You know what I mean? Like, I have turned my life around. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Y'all got me up here, and I ain't even really trying to talk about this shit or answer any of this shit because I moved on with my life. He's trying to move on with his life, sort of. But you know what I mean? So, like, why would I don't hate somebody that much where I could fuck they shit up. And more you niggas need to be like this nigga in general, honestly. Because we've seen people, like, take the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've seen it time and time again. There are theories about even things that happened with Martin Luther King. Like we see it over and over and over. And it's like, no matter what we do, we're just so resilient. We always figure shit out. And it's just strange to me that like it's still a thing, and like we don't bother people because colonialism has destroyed the world. Capitalism has destroyed the world. Why is it so hot? Nobody want to talk about the data centers. We're not talking about what's going on in Gary. There's 100 and something data centers in like Gary, and these niggas been without power for weeks. You know what I mean? It's white people shit. And all because I want an ugly ass AI flyer. Canvas right there. But we talk about motor skills. No, people not being able to think, oh, you had to pay somebody to do something. Okay. That's cool. Like that's the skills that somebody developed. But I think about a lot of the stuff you say. I'm bringing it home, y'all. I know. But I think it's just really interesting to know that there was a thing then, and it's still a thing now. And it's scary. We don't be bothering people. And y'all so obsessed. When we got bigger fish to fry. We can't eat food. These niggas can't read. It's not just niggas. Like, that includes Yankees too. Anglo that includes them motherfuckers. And some of y'all millennial parents are fucking it up because y'all not healed. Nigga, they still ain't released the Epstein files. Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends, because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side, so you can see other stuff and again share with everybody.